Hello everyone. I would like to welcome you all for today's workshop. We at Hack the Mountains have come up with a learning series of workshops called Hack the Mountain Qubits. Qubits is a computing term. Another term for qubits is quantum bits. Just like small quantum of packets of information makes the whole information, in the way these series of workshops would definitely make you a tech geek at the end. These workshops have already started from 20th September 2020 and they will continue till 9th October 2020. These workshops would be conducted by industry professionals. Even if you're a beginner in the tech field, don't worry, these sessions would take you from the scratch. So, you might have a question now, what would you get by attending these workshops? So, learning and experience sharing by industry professionals, rewards for participants during the workshop, e-certificates to all the participants, as well as a lot of networking with a lot of professionals. So stay tuned till the end of the session to get the link for the feedback, and only after filling the feedback you'll get the e-certificate. Now I would come to today's session. So are you curious about cloud? What is cloud? It is a network computing facility providing remote data storage and processing services via the internet. So we at Hack the Mountains have come up with this workshop on what is cloud. So, introducing to all today's speaker, he doesn't need an introduction really, but Chirag Nair, welcome. He is currently a cloud pre-sales at Cloud Kinetics. He is he's an experienced cloud certification, integrated IT solution, and cloud consultancy, along with a genuine passion for technology, communications, and sales. So, all the best, Chirag, and I would like to hand over the session to you.
Sure. Thank you and welcome everyone. I would like to thanks Hack the Mountain entire team as well as all the organizers. Smriti, special thanks to you for the setting the context and wonderful what I can say the introduction about like what is the purpose of Hack the Mountain, the workshops, and at the end what need to be gained from such kind of sessions. And again, good evening, everyone. My name is Chirag, and I'm very much excited to share because I found this is the best way to connect with entire community, be it a student, be it a working professional, to share whatever I have learned so far in my career and where the cloud things are going. Because when it comes to the cloud, there are many myths. Personally, I find out that people are having a lot of myth about that what actually to do with cloud and where it will fit. So what I will do today will try to share and set the context for all of you that if you think that somehow the cloud is giving you a click to start your career, so what kind of opportunity and what kind of paths will be there. So let me share my screen. I have a small presentation which I will cover in 40 to 45 minutes. After that, I'm open for Q&A. I love to interact more. I love to talk. I'm a bit talkative. So feel free to drop your question. I will cover at the end of the presentation. So let me share my screen. Smriti, can you check that screen sharing is working fine? Rakshit, Smriti?
Yes, it's working fine.
Okay, thank you. All right, so let's start with the agenda that how to learn in a right way. So again, bit more about me. I started my career in November 2016. So from the day zero, I am into the cloud field because I'm one of the early adopters since 2012. I am learning about cloud. I started with Windows Azure. That era, maybe most of the people never or nowadays never heard that Microsoft Azure was known as Windows Azure, and it was a based out of Silverlight based portal and lot of fewer services. And I'm playing a cloud pre-sale, so which is a mix of a business as well as a technology part. And I am the part of multiple communities. I stationed in a multiple states or cities in the India, and right now I'm based out of Singapore. So wherever I stayed, I always try to connect with the community, because that is what I found, and communities plays a major role in the development of my last 4 year of career. And recently I started my YouTube channel. Where I'm trying to put some small tutorials, or majorly what I'm trying to bring other people and have some kind of a chit chat discussion here there experience about the cloud from the different perspective. So feel free to check out my channel as well as I understand, because we have a limited time in the session, you can drop me a mail. My personal email address is my first name at the rate my first name last name.com, as well as you can connect me on my LinkedIn as well as Twitter. So that's my handle. And I would like to focus on this image. So this is one of my favorite suitcase. So because nowadays we are not living in the age of where we say that terabyte is a very big thing. I believe most of us are carrying multiple terabytes of data in our house, in our computer, or nowadays even in the mobile devices, terabyte is just a thing. So when we talk nowadays, it's about the tens of hundreds of terabyte, or petabyte is just like a small number. So this is a one device which is having a 80 terabyte of capacity used to move data from on premises to cloud. So if someone know about AWS Snowball, this is the actual device. So I have used it for my couple of customers to move their data from on premises to AWS. So, disclaimer, I am not here to endorse or saying any technology good or bad. It's all opinion. All opinion are my own. Whatever I have figured it out while talking with the part of multiple communities. I have talked with many people from the industry experience, as well as I started my career. What kind of struggles I face, I would like to cover and share my own stories. So before started, let's set the context. Obviously, you will think like, what's for me? Why I will listen about this career in cloud? What is the value of that? Because yeah, maybe it may happen that you are in your college or you are doing the engineering, be it any stream, you are preparing for something different, or your interest area is something different. Maybe you are a developer, maybe you are a non-developer especially, and let's cover. So I would like to touch from the development perspective. What's for me? Stay tuned. There is something for you guys whenever we talk about cloud, because it comes that cloud is what I can say, like a market like that. Oh, what's running in cloud? It's Linux server. So development people will say, the people who love the development part, be it any language. But then what's for me? I don't like the Linux. I don't like the Windows operating system. I don't want to. It is not interesting to me. I love my framework, coding framework. So I will touch from that part. And again, this is another area where people say, I don't like coding. I'm in college. I'm doing even computer science or IT, but I don't want to proceed my career in coding. Then what's for me? I will cover from that perspective. And nowadays, the data engineering, data science, all these becoming a very, what I can say, easy kind of thing to learn. And I appreciate all the students who are putting the effort to learn about all the latest and greatest technology. So I will touch bit on that part. And the another thing, kudos to each one of you who are doing the ML part, because yes, that is the future. Nowadays, the adoption is much higher. But again, why you think about cloud, even whatever you are doing on ML and whatever the your interest area. And the most important part, if these three four fields are not fascinating you, so what is for me? That is another thing we all come across in our career. It happened with me. I am also the computer science background student, and I was not good in coding. But what's for me, I choose cloud as a career, and I started from the sales side. So the confusion is always there. I would love to touch on those points, and you can drop your question, maybe whatever the other fields you are looking for. So quick agenda, why to plan for cloud, why we are talking about cloud, that is we need to understand, because cloud is one field which is nowadays booming. I will touch few pointers. What kind of career opportunities, as I mentioned, there is something for everyone, be a developer, be the system admin, be the ML data guy, or whatever the AI things. And then how to learn cloud. An important part which I have recently started talking, including because from the last 6 months we all are trying to upskill ourselves, and what I can say, the flood of certifications are going. So where it will fit, especially I would like to talk from the perspective of students, be it an engineering student or any field, certification, whether really it matter or not. And a few tips I would like to say that how, if you started already learning, so how. So I would request like all the viewers, make your own notes, sit back, relax, but make a notes, because I believe that will be the best way, be it a digital or be it a pen and paper. Maybe few things which I'm going to talk, the words or maybe some jargons may never encountered till date to you, so you can do the more R&D after the session to get the more clarity, and it will I believe helpful and fruitful for all of us for this session. So why career in cloud? Till date, every year, lot of big surveys are coming. I will share this presentation also. All the reference link is in the bottom. This is the most toughest skill. Hard skill, finding the cloud computing resources is the most toughest, be it any part of country. I stationed majorly or entire maximum part of country. I'm from the northern part of country. I stationed in south, east, and west. Till date, it is very tough to find a good resource. Unless people are certified, but still the huge gap is there. The way the cloud is evolving, the way the things are getting enhanced, getting improved, people are not able to learn in that way. Be it again the fresher, be it the what I can say, the working experience professional side, things are not in that pace moving from the people perspective, the way the technology moving. And another big thing is cloud, it is just a start. I'm a big fond of surveys and from the reports, and I follow lot of surveys to make my own understanding. And I can say I'm one of the witness. I saw the early cloud movement in our country back in 2015-16, when no one talking about cloud. And when I started finding my first job, I already made my mind that this will the career opportunity for me. I will only do the job in the cloud field, otherwise I will not accept any offer. So at that time, very, what I can say, people are shy to talk, but they will not consider that, hey, cloud, who's talking about, I don't care about that. But the same, I can tell you, the same people now think that cloud is the much better option than setting up their own on premises data center, purchasing hardware and all these things. The same thing with the reports are saying more than 80% of IT infrastructure is still running on premises. Even from the last 3 4 years, or if you follow the trend, you will see that everywhere the cloud, all those big names, case studies, all those startup ecosystem is there. But that is still just, I can say, just a chunk. There is endless things are there, and to fulfill all the demand, the actual skilled people required, as I mentioned, that there is a huge gap. And the same with the job posting. So the software engineering, what I can say, the role is not the same which was 5 to 10 years ago. If you see the nowadays the job description, pick it up, do some your own R&D, use your search engine skills, what I can say, wisely, and you will find the difference from the last 5 to 6 year kind of a JD to the present JD. Yeah, some I can say for the joke, some are the fake fluff, that maybe I can say the poor HR work, who don't know about anything about technology and build all this nonsense JDs. But if you see some good quality job description, you will find that roles and responsibilities are different. The software developer is no longer the same which was maybe 10 years ago. Nowadays, market is expected, the end-to-end life cycle, where how the deployment, how all this CI/CD, what are this new kind of technology to improve the architecture will work. So think about from that, and how cloud is accelerating. Just a one word I would like to add to clarify: cloud is not a separate thing. It is just a add-on of the entire IT, whatever we are doing. So cloud is nothing new, not, it is just accelerating the things which are the base foundation maybe 2 to 3 decades ago. So let's come to the quick one topic: the do certification matter? Because as I mentioned, from the last 6 months, everyone is trying to do, everyone is maybe a big name with them, AWS certified, GCP, Microsoft, Oracle, Alibaba, beat anything. Do really it matter? Even I have personally have around 25 to 26 different pro specialty level of certification from different five cloud providers, right? So let me start from that, from the student perspective. First and second year, I highly recommend not to waste your time. Even whatever the super smart you are, you understand the thing, but certification will not add value because you are yet to complete your course. You things are getting changed in next 2 years, and if you say that if you start putting your efforts on the certification, it will not make any sense. You will at the end going to waste your time by putting the effort and not doing what actually you are supposed to do. So just make a note, first and second year, big no. Don't try to put effort. Even someone is going to give you the free, it doesn't mean that freebies are always good. I am a bit against about that. I'm telling clearly and bluntly, freebies are not always good. For some person, some situationally, it may happen that he or she may require, but not everyone need to be get that freebie chunk and waste your time, because you need to first understand your maybe basics are not clear. You know maybe 10,000 feet things, but if you don't know the basics, and when I talk about the basics, I focus always on three important things: networking, computation or compute, and storage. This is the three thing which you need to put more and more focus. Maybe school time, very basic level, it is getting covered even in the first and second year of kind of curriculum. It is also a very base level, but if you read, I would suggest better whatever the effort you will think that for doing the certification you will put, let's say 100 hour of study. I suggest better you do the some R&D to know the basics and more deeper thing about IPv4. IPv4 need to be on your tips. So this is for any kind of role, because you are in the phase of learning first and second year. Even because at that time it's not a point that you will already decided you want to be a developer or system admin. So first 2 years is always important. You can build your basics around that. People will say that, hey, I do the development part, why where the networking will fit. That is where the people, their long term progress will stop, because then they will not able to understand where the actually, when we talk about DevOps, CI/CD, it's a cool buzzword, cool title, but how many people actually know to actually getting the proper roles and responsibility? I will say maybe few, very few, or very few percentage of people who are getting the actual role and responsibility. Most of the people I know, maybe they are getting a less than a 1% kind of opportunity, and they have a title of DevOps engineer. So don't go for the fleshy titles. And another thing is, don't go just that you will pass the certification and you will put on social media to get some traction. It's just a waste of time. It will not make any help for the long term. So now coming to the third year and fourth year. Third year, guys, I am still saying not to focus. If you maybe just want to do fundamental level of certification, because certification, I'm telling you, will not add any value. You will not have the real experience. Real experience is altogether different. Certification will give you just a bare minimum understanding about that service or technology. It is not that once you do, you will know everything. Let me share my story here. Before even completing my graduation, I have around 6 different certification, and that is from the Google and Microsoft, not the freebies or nonsense one, but the actual one. I have done that because I was over enthusiastic and overconfident about that cloud. It was a very new in 2014, 15, 16. I spent enough time to learn about this cloud. But when it come to my interview, I was messing the things. I was, because basics are not clear. As I mentioned, IT is still same, fundamentals are still same. Doing certification will not add any value if you really don't know the basics. So third year student also, you will cover the RDBMS. The fourth skill I would like to add, the RDBMS part. Please focus relational database, or especially I can say how to write the SQL. You need to know that how the SQL work, be it a NoSQL database or be it any kind of thing. SQL is kind of a de facto which you will encounter somehow somewhere in your career. Be it a network guy, be it a development guy, be it ML data. For you, SQL is, you can say, your bread and butter. So think about that. Don't put the focus on the certification, be it free or even if you can afford, will not make any sense. If you think that okay, third year you have enough, just do fundamental. Don't put yourself in a race to achieve multiple things. I did same kind of a mistake. So that is where I'm coming from and saying not to do. Fourth year and final year, if you think the things are clear, you already made a mind, you want to be a developer, think from that perspective, build something for you. Don't think watching a tutorial, because tutorials are always created for the proven thing. The steps which are given, it will lead to the one end goal, that yeah, after following this demo, this you are going to achieve. But you need to put the effort from your side to think about like what you can build, rather than just saying, hey, you have completed this course, you have some kind of a shiny certificate. No one will care about all these things. Actual what you need to know from the where the basic and your own troubleshooting skill will give you the opportunity. Because yes, one important thing, competition is there, but unnecessary competition is also there due to this kind of account of certification and all these things. I have come across many people. I interviewed many people. I can tell you it is just a matter of 2 minutes, even less than a 2 minute, two question, right? So to judge a person like from where he or she just watch the cloud tutorial or course and getting certification, and how much he or she actually know about the cloud or cloud console, and what kind of practices is required. So don't try to waste your time. Your time is very precious. Don't try to run just for the show off. That is another thing I also did, but I literally maybe hit the right mark at the right time, and the entire mindset of mine changed since 2016, since I started my career, started especially in the customer facing kind of career. So things are getting changed, and every day it's a new learning curve for me. And then after now, like doing the work for a couple of years, nowadays I am saying like certification are just cup of tea for the professional who actually work. For that, no, not too much of effort required. It is just to maybe revise a little bit of concepts, and certification are just a cup of tea. But first to fourth year, don't try to put efforts. Only do the basic maths. Again, third to fourth year people, associate level. Don't think that you will do the expert level and professional level. Again, passing certification is not a big deal, I'm telling you. I know students also who are in third and fourth year, they have an expert level certification, but there again bases are not clear. They don't understand how the cloud is going to fit in industry. Another reason is because when you are going to put this kind of credential in your resume, the expectation will be different, guys. That is what you need to understand. That is what even I tested when I was appearing for interview. I have removed my certification. I just put as a bare like I have no credential, but I know basic cloud, right? The entire interview went in a different tone, in a different way. But when I put the certification part, the things are getting changed, the technical part are getting changed. So certification give an impression to the people who is going to take your interview. So you need to be prepared for that, otherwise it's a devalue of any education. So don't try to do that. It is again not academics. There is no race going that you need to become a first, and you will, your parents will give you a bicycle, hey, like in the school days, some kind of things happen. No race going. Clear your mindset what you want to do. The same thing I would like to talk now about the ML and data science or data engineering guy. Guys, you are putting a lot of effort, but you are again running maybe 10,000 feet for step 5 or 6. If you don't clear about your basics of these three things, whatever the field you are, I can tell you production level deployment 90 or 95% are getting failed. Watching again a tutorial or playing with a small data set, maybe few megs to the few gigs, will not make any sense. That is why I showed that image. Like when you will get petabyte scale data, and that together the silo, it is not the clean data. If you don't understand how to do even ingestion part, and where your central, what I can say, the data mart or data lake, where your different silo of data need to be reside, so that you can clean it. How you are supposed to do that, that your model will be too accurate, or your data source of truth, making your own data warehouse will be much much cleaner. Learning that concepts is okay, but don't forget to put the effort to know again these three and four things, which is compute, networking, storage, and SQL. So these all about the certification. It has a value. I am from the both side. I see when I failed having a certification, and I see the value, how it changed my career, how it changed. The people start talking, the customers start taking me in their, what I can say, the project initiative, that yes, because of maybe this level of certification, and I delivered already, and I talked, and I can show the results. So that is where I found the value. Otherwise, certification, be it again, don't go that professional or specialty. All these cloud provider or expert level will make you super duper expert. Those are still the base level or entry level things, because cloud is ever changing thing. Certifications are not. It is, you can say, same like academic. Certification change cycle is around 12 to 18-month kind of things, but in 12 months, endless services, endless new architecture pattern enhancements are coming in the way when we talk about cloud. So how to learn the cloud? Coming to the point of, because that is where you will ask, okay, you tell like first year, second year not to do this, that. Don't follow too much of resources. That is the important part, because getting a freebie is another a good thing, but somehow it can harm. So don't try to learn the same thing from multiple different platform, and at the end, because everyone have a different teaching style. So don't try, better make your strategy that pick anyone. There is no good, no bad. It's your own R&D. That is where what I say, stop spoon feeding. Don't wait that someone will guide or mentor you. Use internet wisely, because you need to use the internet like the you use social media with that enthusiasm. I was like a kind of a social media nerd at my college time. Right nowadays I stop, and yeah, I totally agree. I'm also in that, like while doing the search on my favorite, be it a Bing or Google, my enthusiasm is not like the same what I have put someone searching on some social media, right? But that is where your own self motivation and development you need to develop, rather than thinking, hey, I will shoot a message someone on LinkedIn and someone will do the spoon feeding to me, and then I will follow and I will learn everything. Nothing gonna like that. Do your own R&D. Pick one. Maybe it can be paid, it can be free, up to you. However you want to proceed. From my side, I don't bias or say that follow this or follow that. It's your own, that because that is the biggest step. Starting is also biggest, so you need to design your own journey. Because pick one, rather than learning the same thing from 3 to 4 times from a different instructor or platform. Better pick one, whatever the time you need to allocate that. And rest time is for the practice and more research and understanding about that subject, rather than following the same thing thrice or 4 times. Because be it any training, it can cover only 30 to 50% kind of content. Rest 50, or what I can say, yeah, 50 or more than 50% is your own efforts to know about that area. So don't try to do such kind of thing. This is something, it will waste your time, it will make your learning cycle much longer, and at the end the result will be in a different way. Again, focus on, because this is important, and I always say focus, focus, focus. Be it any, be it developer, network or operating system or system admin guy, ML, data science, you need to know. Just to add here, apart from this technical, non-technical jobs are there. But for those non-technical nowadays, because this is something we all are connected, there is no shy or lie that a people who is now 70-year-old don't know how to operate mobile. Some don't know, it's okay, but most of the people know how to operate mobile, and they all have a smartphone. So networking is something I believe each one on this planet need to know. So focus on that. Even if you are non-techie, you need to know the basics, because IPv4 is again not a new. For that again, you don't need to have a computer science background, or it is open to the world. Use internet wisely. You can get the basics, like how the internet work. So focus and follow. Another, coming to the, when we talk about cloud, any course, it will start directly from cloud and cloud platform and some of all these agility, cost, benefit. But no one knows actually what is one of the important part when we talk about the cloud. So virtualization. Make a note of this word. I believe most of you know, or if you don't know, just read about that. The virtualization. hardware virtualization, and when I say application layer virtualization, what I can say, a common or famous word will come surely in mind, or I believe everyone heard Kubernetes and Docker or containerization. So that is kind of take it as an application level virtualization, but know about the hardware level virtualization, because that is what I can say one of the base to start this multi-tenancy and such kind of a cloud model, which is enhancing the things in a bigger way. Understand, because cloud, we are not going to own any hardware, we are not going to touch, we don't know where the physical locations are, these are the super secure compliant environment, but everything is given to us by software defined stack. That is where the API driven things come into picture. Why this REST API and API driven is a major, because of this software defined concept and the logic. So software, everything, whatever we are going to interact on the portal, on the on the any cloud platform, underneath the API is getting called, be it from the portal, from the programming SDK or the CLI. So be it storage, network, computation, whatever, everything is software defined. So know about this, learn about this, even if you don't want the expertise on the SDDC, like software defined data center, but know the basic. Once you know, the much better picture will be clear, because when it comes to the work, cloud is nothing like the click 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 whatever shows in demo and it is market. Let me tell you clearly again, it is not like that. I was assuming, thinking like that only, that oh, it is just a matter of 7 clicks, things will be working. But before that, maybe actual 90% work need to be completed, from the customer understanding, designing their security posture, designing their migration journey, because not everything is going to start fresh. As I mentioned, from the numbers, like more than 80% of running IT infrastructure is on premises. It is not that everything every day is a new initiative. The existing thing, maybe a legacy application, need to modernize. So you need to know many things before it coming to the point of click click click. And that click 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 is also not the way in the tutorials or in those demos. Much more granular thing you need to know. So that is where, if you know virtualization, if you know the characteristic, how the performance optimization and this networking things, offload virtualization, such kind of things work, you will get your picture much clear, and I believe you will become a much better practitioner. It is for everyone. Developer guys, don't be shy, you need to know, because here it is mentioned software defined. Maybe you need to write the entire network in the code, possible. That is where the SDKs are. And know the purpose of service, that is the important part. If you understand, because let's say taking the example of simple computation or virtual machines, there are maybe 100 or maybe more than 150 types of virtual machines in AWS and nearby, I believe, in Azure. And if you see the GCP, they are having the same. But if you don't know in which purpose which will work, and if you only think the cost, I can tell you the solution will never work, because not everything is free of cost, not everything is cheap. Cloud is again, no, not nothing like that, it is cheap. You need to know what is the actual purpose, then maybe in the long term the total cost of ownership may be much lesser than owning your entire infrastructure. So until unless you will not know the purpose, and again for that you don't need to wait for that any academics will come or anything. Internet is there, and nowadays internet is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Be a good searcher and you will get your results in a much better way, rather than putting the time learning something which in the long run may will not help. And it is a proven thing, that is how the entire cycle is going. I'm telling you, the batch which is going to pass out, they are very good in something, some level 5 or 6, but they even don't know what is actually the level 1. That is where the people are struggling to start even their career and their journey. Don't try to do this. Time is very much precious. Coming from top to bottom will be much tougher. If you start from bottom to top your learning approach, trust me guys, it will give you a different level of result and confidence. Okay, maybe I have a one quiz. If someone want to put in the comment, what is the fifth hard skill required? Let me tell you, communication is a soft skill. I'm talking about a hard skill. I will wait for maybe a few seconds and let's see if some responses are coming. So let me see from the chat that Okay, so guys, what is the fifth hard skill? Maybe I'm looking for a couple of comments. What do you think that what you actually need to know about about the entire IT, or what skill may play? Because four I already shared about uh, what I said about the networking, the computation, the storage, and SQL. And yeah, what is the fifth? Maybe I will wait for 30 more seconds. Okay, I see. Okay, so let me share. So what I understand, the fifth most important and hard skill which is required is Microsoft Office. Don't try to be a cool about when I ask people come to blockchain, quantum computing. Guys, those are still not mainstream. Those are maybe a less than a percent, or maybe much smaller in the entire IT. Yes, these are the growing and coming. But even if you need to present those skills, you need to have something known as office suite or those kind of skills, your presentation skill, your Excel, as well as the word processor skill. I miss something. I am learning it from last 2 to 3 months. I'm following a course from LinkedIn Learning about the Excel, how to make a good sheet, because what it gave me the opportunity to put my thoughts in a sheet in a way that the other will able to understand, that I need to talk less. The same, be you are a developer, you need to do, because maybe you need to track the things, you need to mark whatever the work you have done. The same with any sales, any network, any kind of field, guys. Microsoft Office, or whatever the G Suite, Office Suite, Google Office Suite, it is what I can say, a kind of a biggest tool for us to grow in a much better and present the thoughts in a much better way. All right, now coming to the tips. Build the thing which you like and test it other environment. Okay, the mean of this point is watching a tutorial, one thing you will, but let me tell you, most of the people, we don't have our own portfolio. We all have our super shiny social profiles. We have maybe thousand, tens of thousands, or maybe hundreds of thousands of followers and all these things, but at the end it will not give you, your desired job. Be clear on that. I am telling you, I was a nerd. You can check my profiles. Even I have enough following and all those kind of things. I have left it all these things in a very hard way. I was damn addicted. Even I missed my final year exam while playing Firm Villa entire night, and next day my uni exam was there, and I was like that, hey, I will give it next time. That was my mindset, right? But it gave at then nothing. So don't try that. Making your shiny profile will add. Better you build your portfolio. You will say, hey, then what will be the value of portfolio? Buying a one domain name, it will cost maybe a one burger meal or kind of a thing, which I believe we are spending multiple times in a month. But this is a one time 1 year kind of investment, and it changed my career also. I showed you my email address. My email address is not like cool dude funky this and that. It's like my first name at the rate my first name last name.com. So own it. You will know how actually the email things are working. Again, free of cost. The video is on my channel. You can set up your own personal email account. You need to get a domain. Another thing is, whatever we are talking, whatever the beautiful thing even you make, if your DNS service is poor, trust me, you spend a $1 million to set up your infrastructure. If your DNS is not working, nothing gonna work, because DNS is the backbone of the entire internet. So until unless you will not purchase, you will not know how these records and things are working. Yeah, bookish knowledge will have its own hard stop. After that, you need to know the practical part. So go build. Once you build the portfolio, what you can do is, you can do the end-to-end thing from, like, let's say, even if your portfolio it's not a highly traffic site, but while building it will give the practice. You will know how to set up from the single tier. Let's say I'm a non-coding guy. I don't want to put my effort to write a code. So what I do, I pick WordPress. Building WordPress, putting it is a dynamic, it is having a database thing. I can put the SSL, all those kind of thing, put in a single instance, put it in front of my domain, and let's see how the requests are working, how many times I'm failing, right? And then now started breaking that application and database separately, put something, the load balancer kind of thing come into picture, put SSL on that, map your domain with your load balancer or CNAME or IP, so you will get a different idea. An important part which is always missing, people always focus on a one thing, hey, I set up the thing, but forgot about two aspect, which will the actual work of when we say the cloud engineer or be it any solution architect, those are logging and monitoring. So when you start doing this small thing, again, all those cloud provider are giving the free tier things you can do. People come, hey, I got a charge, free tier. I can say then your basic maths is not clear, very much clearly given on each and every page. Again, if you don't want to put effort to use your basic math skill, which comes with the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, there is no dy or dx or integration or multiple integration, nothing required. Simple maths, understand the free tier, and trust me, you will not spend a single dime. And I showed such kind of demos, building a scalable WordPress blog having a 10,000 concurrent hit, and I'm paying maybe 10 cent, because that is for the something which I activate 10 cent, handling 10k hit for a minute without failing a loss of a single hit. So that comes with the practice. You need to know not only the infra perspective, then coming to the application layer optimization. Yes, we are not, again, I am not a coder, but the coding people may be much better in that area, not in the operating system area. That is where the communities, the your searching skill, asking for a help skill will come into picture. So try to do that. Cloud is running with the thumb rule of try, build fast and fail fast. The quickly you will get fail, that quickly you will get an opportunity to troubleshoot, to find out where the issue is, how to mitigate. If you are not sure, like this is the issue, maybe search it on Google, search it on Bing. For sure you will find some kind of a forum, someone for sure will encounter such kind of problem before then you, some solution will be there. And if you find solution, post it on your better such kind of forum to help others. So don't think that you need to run for the perfectness. There is no perfectness. There are multiple ways to achieve a single solution or the single, what I can say, single end goal on cloud. So it's all about your own thought process, which will only develop when you start practicing. Again, by for the learning, put a target date. Again, from the student, for the students, I would like to say, don't think that it need to be open ended. You are in first year and you think, oh, I will learn about cloud after when I will in fourth year. Put a small goal, small date, maybe three months to 6 months kind of a date. I know you will say, hey, what is in SQL I can cover in like my weekend by putting a 16 hour of like 8 hours in a day. Guys, that will again not make any sense. Learning 8 hour day, yes, you are a young and it is the mindset that you can cover, but you will get forgot. That is where I'm saying putting us focus to build your own core roots. That is what I said. If your roots are strong, the things will work much in a better way. Few things which I learned back in 2015-16 till date, it is giving me the opportunity to enhance every day, and it's my day-to-day job. Few things I forgot, especially I tried to learn Excel in 2016, but in between 2017-18 I have not worked on that. So I was not too much good in that, I forgot, and now I'm trying to relearn the things. I'm following my 3 to 4 year old notes, as well as now the whatever the new enhancement, how the more effectively things are working in the new version of Excel. So it's really good. So put a target date, small goals, because you have time but you don't have that enough time. So once you do, then you need to understand, collaborate, and think that how your thoughts and how one solution will fit, including all those things, because in each and every solution these 3 to 4 things will surely come. And another thing is there is no race going. That is a big problem which is going in everyone's mind, that getting a marks. Even people started saying, hey, I got maybe more certification marks than yours, so it means I am intelligent. I don't find anything pleasing, or what I can say, the intelligent in such kind of thing, because it's not academics. In academics even, don't try to do, I'm not a scholar, I'm very average guy, I had enough backlogs in my career, but yeah, I try to put my efforts, and that is where I am getting my own desired job, and yeah, things are going well, whatever I was planning, I am actually planning for myself. So it's all about how much efforts you can put. Again, not 100% thing, but in between you need to change the things, but at least start and share it with communities. As I mentioned, like, I was not even able to speak. The first time when I speak, it was in Deaf Fest Mumbai 2018, so in front of almost 300 to 400 people. I was shivering like anything. I was not able to introduce myself, and I have a 40-minute session. Even at that time, even I have couple of certification, almost 1.5 year of work experience, but communication was not clear, not able to, not have that confidence. But the same, the communities, the continuation, the, what I can say, the motivation for me to share whatever I know, however I can share and support others, that bring me to the my present situation. So try and learn with, to share it with communities. Ask for help is another skill. Don't be shy, it will not make you feel down. That, but yeah, before asking a help, do your own part. Don't think that, hey, you find something new jargon and you shoot a message to someone who are working in that field, so that you will expect that someone will respond you properly. No spoon feeding is there, no one bother, no one care. At least I will not care if someone send me such message. I delete those messages on LinkedIn. I don't care, because if you are not ready to put effort, why should I put efforts for you? So it is always a two-way communication, not a one-way. Another, yeah, this is another social media. I believe everyone heard that. Here you will not get a friend request or a chat or likes, but there are other ways of likes, and opportunities are there. So try to use it wisely. You will get enough understanding, enough knowledge from any basic level to the advanced level. Advanced, again, here I'm saying not too advanced, but at least whatever you are trying to build, you will get somehow some kind of click points which will help you to design the things. Just give me a second. So try to understand the value of all these things and then try to utilize it. So with that, guys, I'm end with the discussion, and I would love to hear from you, what kind of queries you guys have, and I will tackle all those questions one by one.
So the very first question is, what is the desired business outcome of moving to the cloud?
Okay, so that depend upon a business to business use case, right? Cloud is for everyone, but at what scale you want, that is what. The simple thing is, when we say about, when we market or talk about, you don't need to manage the thing, it will be managed, and it is the proven expertise and results. Because be it any big player like AWS, Microsoft, or GCP, or be it any, they are running at a much better scale that any other organization is running. Maybe some organization are running that scale, no doubt, but not every. We are talking about a mass of 95% of the entire industry rather than only the Fortune 500. So value is there. Maybe again, it's not that you need to run entirely on the cloud. That is where the hybrid and other kind of architecture come into picture. First understand the business problem, then only you can define the business outcome.
What do we do if we are very new to cloud?
Okay, maybe start building your portfolio. Forget about your social media. Think about the basics of three things. One, you know, this networking, storage, what kind of storage, what is the IPv4, and what kind of computation will be there, and then try to use your basic math to understand the free tier. That is where you can utilize your maths, right? And then start, sign up. Don't wait that someone will, again, the spoon feed. I'm getting this kind of messages, hey, can you create account for me because I don't have a debit card, credit card? Sorry guys, I can't do that, because I believe these kind of questions are very common, and uh, getting a debit card is nowadays no longer a big thing in, even in India. So don't be shy on that. Have some hurt to, expand, because until unless you will not invest, don't expect that you will get a return. Without investment, no return.
What skill set do we need to take advantage of cloud?
depends again, skills from the same, your basics need to be clear from whatever the field you choose, whether the development, whether the system admin or data. You need to know that what kind of enhanced or improvised version of cloud services are that, and then try to first imagine, because imagination is much bigger than knowledge. So try to understand from what you can imagine and how things are working. That is where you can follow already someone deployed and their reference case studies, architectures. Be a good searcher. Simple answer is, the answer is inside you. It's only how your, you know fingers will work on keyboard.
What was your motivation towards starting with cloud and how has your journey been?
Wow, awesome question. Thanks, Nisha. So the motivation is, okay. So how it started, I shared it on a couple of forums. Back in 2010, 2011, when I believe we all, maybe I don't know how many have used N73 Symbian mobile phones, right? And Android was very new. Apple was too expensive. As a student, obviously, I was school guy, not able to afford at that time. But yeah, luckily I got when I was in graduation for first smartphone. So I found like how the things are working. I actually clicked from Dropbox. So Dropbox was pre-installed, and I see what's going there. And I started little bit searching like what is the meaning of this storage Dropbox, and I land to case studies which is on AWS, because Dropbox was totally hosted on AWS. And then I got the opportunity to become a part of program named DreamSpark. I believe nowadays something MSP, Microsoft Student Partner, or such kind of programs are there, right? Microsoft Revise, I think. So 8 years back, it was a DreamSpark, and I was lucky enough that I got an opportunity to be part of that. And then I found, oh wow, click, click, click. I have a powerful machine because I got a credit. It's not a small machine at that time. Running a half terabyte RAM is something like you class. And I was doing that. Hey man, I'm cool. Hey you guys, 8 GB RAM was enough at that time. Having it's a big thing. Oh man, 8 GB. I have a half terabyte. What else, man? So that coolness. Okay, joke apart. But yeah, from there I found I got a training. I understand because I have no idea about that. But yeah, I got my domain. So I got some blog. I was trying start creating some kind of a blogs, and till date I have, I believe, around 12 to 13 different kind of domains with me. So the new one which I am running is data center on cloud. So domain name is dconcloud.com. So objective is I am putting the, as I'm a cloud agnostic, so not one focus cloud, but the basics of all the entire cloud. So that is what every day again continuous learning, testing. My own kiddish mindset in my college time gave a motivation. No, I can do something different. Even I follow the same pattern. I took the Java 6 month training, all those academics, whatever we need to complete it in computer science. Yes, I still love Java. I'm telling you, Java is something which is always near to my heart, but not from the professional perspective. There is no thumb rule that your hobby need to be your profession. So I started from a different. I was in multiple communities doing the tech fest in, because okay, so I am graduate from Chandigarh, so we have a 3 days tech fest. So always part of, be on stage. So I think that okay, not only the IT, non-IT role I can do, but somehow IT will involve, and I started enhancing my small technical skills. So motivation is always when you start doing first 6 months, I can say it was a fed up for me job, because as a fresher, computer science fresher, I don't know about anything industry. I was totally fed up and I was thinking to give up. But a small wins happen in 2017. The small win which gave me a boost to my career, and yes, putting the effort, it's like a continuous learning. Even nowadays, I need to learn and I need to go through, because as I mentioned, everyday features are getting changed, everything things are getting enhanced. The more you closer to your customer to improve their infrastructure, their architecture, the more they will love. It's all about a community. It's not a one-time delivery. It's a continuous, maybe on a weekly basis discussion. Yes.
So, how is cloud growing? Is another question.
Yes, it is growing. I believe, be a good searcher, you will lose. So there is no, I don't want to talk on the number, but if you see, it started very small, maybe a few $1 billion to the hundreds of $1 billion. Nowadays, it's kind of a $1 trillion kind of industry, and each and every industry, as I mentioned, that I see in my, at least in my country, The people in Gurgaon, I spend time. People don't know they in 2015-16 they say, hey, what you are talking? What is this nonsense cloud? We don't know. No requirement. In Bangalore, yes, there was people because that market is much mature. But maybe I believe you guys, if you are from the northern part, now try Gurgaon. Each and every industry is talking about cloud. So I believe the answer is there. The how it is covering. So same the eastern part in Calcutta, the western part I stationed in Mumbai and Pune. I worked. I got again a lucky that I worked with enough big kind of a houses as well as a different scale, different vertical, which gave me the mixed kind of industry experience and how this domain is going. So growth is there. It's all about how you will find where you will fit. That's the answer a person can give, not anyone like me or like Smriti. Yeah.
So Sujit Patil says, I am a student and I have been trying to know more and more about cloud. Can you please point me where to get started?
Okay, I will say before that, just learn maybe bit of virtualization, bit of actually IT history. Then you will need to know because necessity is the mother of invention. If you don't know why you need cloud, learning about cloud will not make sense. So know about the history, learn lot of good videos on YouTube and blogs are there. Put your own skill, make your hands dirty, put some time on weekend, maybe spend maybe a day to make your own notes that some special dates are there in history. Then you will surely land something known as virtualization. You will know what's the need and why this everything software defined. Then you will get the idea like what will be your cloud learning curve. So try to understand from that angle, and then later you will pick up one cloud platform. Don't think that you need to directly start with AWS, GCP, or anything. Forward, maybe put it side apart and start from the history. Yeah.
So what do you look in a CV?
Sorry,
What do you look in a CV or
basics.
resume?
Basics. I will see from the basics and email ID. Especially, don't put that cool dude or what is that? Angel Priya.
Oh my god.
It will be rejected.
So another question is, which cloud platform is good as compared to Azure, GCP, and Amazon?
Again, the choice and geography matters a lot. This is my personal opinion. No one is bad. There is no disrespect of any technology. First thing, you need to know how to position the cloud to your customer, be it any cloud. Another, you need to know the solution approach. Third, you need to know the cost and the long-term cost optimization. There is lot of myths like this is expensive, this is it's again people don't want to put efforts and utilize their basic maths and talking about all the nonsense stuff. I'm not agree with all these. Even I am not partially agree. I'm saying not agree. There are many way you can do the equation like this and that. So know first what you want to achieve. Then you can pick any cloud technologies. Technology has no limit, guys. Yeah.
Uh, I think we can wait for 30 seconds more if people want to put in any questions.
I think we are on time. Wow.
So I don't see any questions as of now. So firstly, I would like to thank you, Chirag, for taking out your valuable time and giving this session. I hope many people like me who have not even started with cloud will definitely be motivated enough to start now. And I would like to thank all the people who came in, gave in their wonderful questions, and thank you for answering as well. Guys, do fill in the feedback form to get the e-certificates. And thank you so much, everyone. We will wrap up the session now and
All right,
stay tuned
guys.
for
Thank
the
you.
upcoming. Yeah.
Thank you and stay safe. And connect with me if you have any question. Just connect with me and drop your query. I will try my best to get back to you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys.